Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and a Lego set and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes and I'll see them and I'll be like, ooh, look at you. Dirty already did. We appreciate that very much, Dirty. Thank you, thank you. This is the intro portion of the stream, the hangout zone. We're here at the entrance of the Bear Cave, and we're not ready to go deep into the Bear Cave yet. Wristfan's here. Hi, Wristfan. And then Dirty redeemed 1,000 channel points for me to ring this bell. So here's the bell. Ringing that bell. It's the up and down motion that doesn't work right. I gotta make sure I'm doing more side to side. I'll nail it next time. Because I've been ringing it like this instead of like this. I gotta figure that out. I gotta work on it. But thank you very much for redeeming those channel points. But yeah, this is the intro portion of the stream. We're just letting people mosey on in, and then we'll get into the building as we go. Mostly just hanging out here on a Saturday. I got some video shot. I shot the next episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. It goes out to my $5 and $10 patrons tomorrow, and then everybody else on Monday. I'm excited about it. It's a shorter video than my usual, but because I just didn't have a lot to say about the topic, but it was a topic I've been thinking about covering for a while, and I was happy to do it. I also shot I shot four Bear With Me's, two of which are good and I can use. And it's it's so frustrating. I actually tweeted out the link to one of them. Ring it like you're calling for afternoon tea, not like the Salvation Army Santa. Yes, Dirty. That's a good call. Um, but yeah, no, I got pretty excited about one video, and then unfortunately, so we'll get into the building. You know, this is the intro. Letting people kind of stroll on into chat and all that. Try to make this clear. So, hey, Lashbrook, welcome, welcome. I understand. Pat Bear Reacts, my Bear With Me, the reaction videos, are me taking somebody's video and talking over it. Is it transformative? Yes. Should they get their cut? Assuredly. If anybody wants to say, like, oh, you can't monetize this, I can monetize it, though. 100%. You got it. No problem. Totally get that. But sometimes people are like, no, this video can't exist. Block all regions, or block on mobile, or block in the United States. And it's like, I get it, but I hate that. Because I won't know until I put the video up. And also, the very nature of Pat Bear Reacts is that I'm watching the videos genuinely for the first time, so I have to film it, then upload it, and then go, okay. So I don't want to do this thing where I'm like going back to the well. I've already went back to the well once. But like if a channel allows me or chooses to monetize themselves my video, I am more likely to go do that instead of just another random video that then find out that that's a no-go. And this is a problem of my own making. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I understand. This is a problem that I could avoid by not doing this video series. But I still want to do it because I like it. I like watching these things. I like finding these hidden gems. So yeah, there's a video of a frog sitting on a park bench or a picnic table bench, just chilling, just having a great time, just being a chill frog. And I reacted to that video, and unfortunately, you'll never see it because it will be blocked. There's no way I can put that up. I'd have to, yeah, I have to do something to the video, I guess, and I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm not going to like mirror things and pitch up audio and all that other stuff. No, thank you. But yeah, that's a minor thing. But that's basically what I did today. I did that, and I watched what I check out. I checked out 3 new anime shows today. Or no, 2. That's right, just 2. I started watching one, and I was like, I don't like this, so I stopped watching it. I was gonna watch 3 anime shows today, and instead I watched 2. We'll talk more about that when we get to the anime portion. I'm going to hit all retweet on the tweet. I hope you're all doing well on this Saturday evening. I hope you're having a good time. Yeah, Shadow's house is slice of life horror is definitely something I didn't think I was gonna like, and turns out I didn't. I watched like maybe 8 minutes of it, and I was like, if someone tells me this is incredible, I might go back to it. But it was just like I was intrigued by the premise, but I didn't like what I saw of it. So I am not gonna continue with that. And then I'm saving My Hero Academia for to talk about on Monday because I have less shows to talk about. Also, turns out, Let's Make a Mug 2. That's a Friday show in Japan, but it's a Monday show for any streaming service in Japan, which also includes Crunchyroll. So it's out on Mondays. I don't know why they're doing it like that, but they are, and I don't mind it too much because now I have things to watch on Sunday and Monday. Because who knows how long I'm going to watch Seven Knights Revolution because it doesn't seem that good. Hero Successor. It seems very generic, and I kind of like the first episode, but I don't know if I'm in it for another Magic School show. So, because I didn't know it was a Magic School show. Anyway, Plastic Model Weekender's coming up. We are less than a week away from that. You know at this point. That's what's up. I will not be streaming this Thursday. I will be streaming on Monday, and Wednesday I'll be playing a game. Thursday, no stream. Friday, this stream. I will host it here at twitch.tv/PatBear, but I encourage you to check out the Plastic Model Weekender. Look at stuff before me, look at stuff after me. Don't watch it next Saturday while I'm streaming here. Other than that, go nuts. All right, so Ootori. Ootori is built. We built the Ootori. We're body completely Ootori. We got the shields. We got the whole thing done. So we can put that aside. We are getting most, in the gun too, we're getting most of this done. We still have a ways to go on this. We got more weapons to build. We got to build a sword. We got to build more guns. We got to build some kind of missile launcher. We got stuff to do. Um, and so we'll get started on that, and we'll get more of that going. We'll just put that right there for now. So that's the plan for tonight. What is behind? What is this? Oh, that. Couldn't figure out what that was in my way, and now I know. It was the connectors, the pegs here. That was that. It's a big one because it's a big master grade from a few years ago. But anyway, let's keep working on weapons. I have made the decision. I am not going to be using any of these tiny stickers that go in between layers of plastic, and so only a sliver of these slivers show up. It's not worth my time or energy. This kit is not going on display, so I am not going to worry about it. It's not like stickers, like the head stickers. Those really show up. These stickers, you wouldn't notice them. I'll put a sticker on a gun like that because that really does make something. It means something to it. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about those tiny stickers. My apologies if you were excited about those yellow and red stickers. But yeah, that's not happening. Also not happening as far as this house is concerned, WrestleMania. WrestleMania is kind of not happening because of the fact that they're outdoors and there's a lot of rain because it's Florida. But I have not been partaking of anything. I've watched some indie wrestling stuff, a little bit here and there. I'm going to watch a lot of it probably tomorrow. I'm going to catch some of the replays and check out some stuff, especially like Effie's Big Gay Brunch, because that's just a treat. But I haven't really checked out a lot of what's been happening in the world of the week of wrestling. It seems like it was really worth watching there up until the wrestling started. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I am just like I wasn't gonna watch WrestleMania this year because one of the hosts is Hulk Hogan, and then certainly, for different reasons. In some instances, worse reasons. In some instances, not worse reasons. Also, not a big fan of Logan Paul being in WrestleMania. That's a real bummer. Does it mean that my boy Sami Zayn gets a bigger payday? Perhaps it does. Do I like it? No, I don't like it at all. I dislike it very much. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, nah. But yeah, I'm going to be checking out a few things here and there. I hope Teddy Hart gets beaten up in real life for being a no-masker sitting in the front row of wrestling shows. In addition to all the other things that make Teddy Hart a garbage person, you can also add anti-masker, which is just unbelievable, but also completely believable. Teddy Hart belongs in jail again. Put him back in jail. Gross garbage man. Just a gross, gross garbage man. All right, so we put this together. Yeah, we should have some stickers that would like line up underneath and be very not noticeable. And I just don't have any interest in doing that. So we will panel line it to make it look nice and sharp, to make it look good. But we're not going to worry about stickers anymore for this kit, basically. But yeah, I will check it out. Some of the wrestling here and there. Watch some of uh, NXT Takeover. Poppy continues to be Poppy, and I enjoy that very much. Great ladder match. Great women's tag team match. Uh, Understandable, but not my favorite world title NXT title match. The NXT UK title match, pretty all right, pretty okay. Um, North American Championship, good. Women's match, brutal in a way that I did not expect, but was still excellent. And then the grudge match was fine. I would have liked that to have been a little less, and all of the chair stuff was weird. That's just my opinion. That all the chair bits felt strange. They felt like when you are told to do object work and you can't do it in improv, and you're like, I'm going to do some stuff with this chair. I'm going to make the chair the thing. I don't know. Felt off to me. All right, that's one of our weapons here, and now we can add some color to it. We'll do some marker here. We'll use the gray. What is that? Oh, is that there? Great. Looks like we are going to be a light evening tonight. I know there's a lot of charity streams happening tonight for Pencils of Promise, and so I know a lot of people are doing streams for that, which is rad, and congratulations to all of them. I made the choice not to do the Giant Bomb Community Endurance Run, but said that I would retweet anyone that tagged me, which I was doing all day today, and will continue doing. Did yesterday as well. But yeah, I made the choice to instead do the Plastic Model Weekender. And since they were back-to-back weekends, I didn't feel right doing two charity streams like 2 weekends in a row. So I made the call to do that one. I have done the endurance run before. I'm sure I will end up helping out again in the future. Very much rules. Hopefully we'll find somebody doing a charity stream tonight to go raid after. I can't promise that. See if somebody on my playlist is still streaming when I'm done. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Maybe we can give some love to somebody who is streaming. That. And then I will be checking during the stream during the stream now to see if there's anybody who has messaged that they've started streaming that I can retweet and send a little love to. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well here on this Saturday evening. Again, didn't have much going on. I got a lot of yard work coming up I'm not thrilled about. I'll tell you that much. Tomorrow, got to help out with some yard work. Our screened-in patio. Our screened-in patio is covered in pollen from the spring season, and so we got to take all the furniture out of there and clean it all up because it's covered in pollen, and we would like to not inhale that pollen. So I got to put a mask on, got to move a bunch of stuff around, get that cleaned up. It's going to be fine, but I'm not like psyched about it, you know. All right, so this one goes on here. Yeah. So this goes here. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So we got one weapon. One of these weapons done. Let's do the other one, which is similar but different. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they're not symmetrical, but they're not. Let's see. Yeah, it has gotten certainly warm over here in good old South Carolina, South Carolina. Uh, but otherwise, I'm doing all right. You know, how's everybody doing out there tonight on the old internet? Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling, how you're getting going. Um, I got to admit, I don't. Apparently, my pops bought a new rider and has made an open invitation to come mow his yard anytime I want. All right, understand. Um, but yeah, thankfully, I haven't had to mow a lot yet. That's coming. Um, but right now, I've been doing a lot of watering because we haven't had a lot of rain, so we've needed to water the plants quite a bit, which has been fine. That's been okay, and then we'll go and yeah, clean some stuff up, set some things up, get rid of some of the leaves that are have been bagged. Eventually, that's got to go to the dump. That's going to be a whole to do. Got to do the to do, as they say. But yeah, I'm going to admit, folks, I don't have a lot going on these days. I'm trying to have stuff going on. I'm like, you know, working on stuff, trying to get things together, but it's been kind of just I would call it very chill. Very chill. Some might call uneventful. Uh, um, yeah, weekend since Thursday. Friday, I made an attempt not to do much on Friday because of the fact that I got my shot on Thursday. I didn't want to take any risks that I would not be feeling right um, come come Friday. And turned out I was fine, totally okay. So that was all right. Uh, my D&D group met. That was fine. I don't get too deep into that stuff, but it has been just it continues to be a lovely time that I very much enjoy, and I consistently and earnestly look forward to all the ding dang time. Always looking forward to doing that. We're getting some good stuff, getting some fun times, and I laugh a lot while doing it. So it has been joyful to have that in my life. I am very, very lucky to have that. Let's see what else is going on. Like I said, recorded some videos, did all that. Yeah, so my voice is fine. It'll be fine for tonight, especially since tonight seems to be pretty low key, and that's all right. We get those now and again, right? And then of course sometimes I say that, and then it ends up becoming busy. So who the f knows? This could turn out to be a busy night. Maybe we get raided, and then all of a sudden there's people here, and we're like, oh no, cool. Um, I kind of want to rant about some bullshit that some of my friends were dealing with yesterday. They're on a much bigger scale than me, but dealing with some entitled garbage people, and I felt bad about it. I don't want to get too into it, but I did feel very bad for some of my friends who were out there just trying to do the whole entertaining thing and also let people know some cool shit, and they're on a awesome opportunity to like I don't know. I'll say this. It really bothers me how people just don't care about other folks. Like, not that they don't understand. Like, people fucking get it that you are a human being that they're talking to. They're not talking to the void. Sometimes people tweet at the void, right? They tweet at people and not they don't expect them to reply. Sometimes they would like them to, but sometimes they don't even think about that. They're just putting out their angry energy into the world, and they tag somebody, and then they're like, oh, sorry about that. was having a bad day. Not all the time, but sometimes that's the case. But like I'm not talking about those folks. I'm talking about the people that are just like, yeah, I want you to see this. I want you to feel bad. You feeling bad gives me pleasure for some nonsense reason that I'm never gonna fucking take a second to think about. But that's what it is. That's the reality of it. I would like you to feel bad. It makes me feel good. And that shit, I just, ugh, can't deal with it. And a lot of times, also, um, it's crouched in a self-righteousness, this belief that actually what I'm doing is justified, and you can't win with those people. So I am of minds that would seem contradictory, but they are not contradictory, and I want to outline these things here. One is block and walk. The concept that, like, look, if people are here to try to make you feel bad, to try to disrupt what you're doing, they are not worth your time or energy. You just block and you move on. They will feel a victory for being blocked. They feel a victory for anything. They feel a victory if you seem like you are mad, if you change tactics, if you respond at all, if you don't respond and ignore them. They win no matter what. There is no winning. So the easiest thing to do is put them out of your mind. You block, you move on. Now that doesn't mean that you aren't justified in wanting to talk about it. Because some people will say, like, you can't feed the trolls. And that's not feeding the trolls. Reporting and moving on is totally great. Having a moment to have a human moment where you're like, hey, this affected me and I want to talk about it. I ended up tweeting yesterday, basically just saying something to the effect of, if you want to talk about somebody's appearance, don't. Who's thriving right now? Why would you? Like, who, fucking, and then also don't. And that's like streamers, that's people in your life, that's all those things, right? Like, nobody wants you to say you look tired. Nobody wants to hear you look unwell, or you look sick, or you look high, or you look, you know, tired, or you used to look better, or did you put weight on, or nobody wants to see any of that. Nobody needs that shit. Cut that shit out. Don't worry about that shit. That could also mean positive comments, right? Some people don't want you to call it out, right? Uh, you may remember what was a month ago probably, where I banned somebody who I believed in the moment. It was directly after someone else was being annoying that somebody came in with a comment about my physical appearance that was meant to be positive, but just didn't need to happen. And that person felt bad, and I understand that they were trying to be nice, and they were not somebody trying to stir shit. But when somebody's first chat message of the day, even if I know them and I've seen them in chat before, if I, but somebody I didn't recognize in chat's first message is about my appearance, that seems suspect to me, and I don't have time for it. I don't want time for it. Obviously, like, look, I don't have a lot of people watching right now. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, if I've got 4 people in chat and one of them is being aggressive and weird, then I have 3 people in chat, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm always going to be okay with that. I am not a streamer who is so frantic to hit goals that they will put up with whatever. Like, I'm not. That's not my thing. Like, would I like to move from affiliate to partner? Sure, I would. Do I think that's going to happen is that going to happen on the back of me being complacent with, like, having a shit community? Hell no. I am blessed by y'all being awesome. But if it starts growing and people become less awesome, well, then I'm going to start cleaning house. I have no problem saying that. I'm thrilled that y'all are great. But if it starts looking like chat is starting to become something that I don't want it to be, then we'll start figuring out how to fix that. Because that's the way it's got to be. Can't have it any other way. I'm going to put this on a stand. I got this stand that came with this kit. which I put together off stream. And I'm gonna put this on so I can put the weapons on because there's more weapons that have to go on this. But yeah, you can see that. We'll put the like here. Yeah, there it is. But I got more weapons to put on, which we will do in a moment here. Basically, the bottom parts of this are going to have like missiles, and then the top will have another gun here, and then a big old sword. So we got to put those two things on. We got to build those. Some of these are just as they are. I'll probably do a little panel lining. What appear to be torpedoes. Those colors do work a lot better than the normal strike pack. Yeah, I think these colors are awesome. I think they blend really well, and I think with like the touches of this, the fact that there's touches on this that match the color of the chest piece, I think looks really awesome. And you know the darker red, the ruby red there, rubyish red. I think that matches really well. Maybe this white should be the kind of off pink instead of the pure white, but I also don't hate that. I don't hate that it's that either. So we'll see. But yeah, our torpedoes here do have a stripe for a sticker, and I'm going to look. I think I'm going to put the sticker on. I haven't done the tiny stickers. These are bigger stickers, so I might put those on. But yeah, I mean, it bummed me out that friends of mine who were trying to do a really cool thing that they worked very hard to be able to do and put a lot of time and effort into it, and then to have response for some element of their audience being just shitlords. Yeah, it just irks me. I don't need it. I don't want it. It hurts. Got some sensitive friends out there, and it's good that they're sensitive. But yeah, my thing is always just like, yeah, block and move on. But also like, if you want to talk about it, talk about it. That's not them winning. That's you seizing a moment to like talk to your audience about stuff. I think that's like totally valid and awesome. I mean, you know me. I am not against a rant here and there. Occasionally, rants come out of me that I wasn't expecting. Sometimes I'm like tonight, I thought, hey, I'm probably going to mention at some point how disappointed I was with some friend or the situation that some of my friends were in, because I was very disappointed in that situation that they were in. But I wasn't like for sure knew that I was going to talk about it. It was just like, okay, this comes up. All right, let me see here. So these go like this, and then there's a stripe under here. Let's see how this stripe sticker looks. If it doesn't look good, we'll get rid of it. But I haven't used any stickers really on these kits, on this part of the kit, so maybe I'll like it. Yeah, I don't hate this. Oh boy, it's getting hot. It's getting warm. I'm gonna have to start opening the window when I stream, which I'm not thrilled about doing, but until we switch fully to air conditioning at night, I'm gonna have to do something because the heat of this computer, the lights I got going here, I got new bulbs. I was a little dark on Thursday. I'm back to the brightness that I would like to have. But when I start adding in all these lights and then also my computer just running since I woke up this morning, it does make it hot in here. It's just like, oof. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't dislike this sticker. And then we'll get some more stuff on here. Didn't use any of that yellow, but I'm okay with that. Just because it's got stickers doesn't mean I have to use them. Like I said, there's parts of this that I really want that, but some parts don't need it. I am also excited. It's been a hot minute since I did Lego on stream. And I think that the Mandalorian and Child Brickheadz is going to be a fun build. I had wanted to build that for a while. I finally got it at a good price because it weirdly enough jumped up in price towards the end of the second season. The Mandalorian, suddenly people were like, oh, I'm going to get that. And also around Christmas it jumped in price because that must have been a present that some people received, which is cute. I think that is cute. All right, so this goes on the inside of these bottoms here. So we'll put is that all the way in? Yeah, and then it goes that way. Okay. Oh, you know what I should do? I'll take this down for a second until I have to put these on. I should panel line this real quick with some gray. Hit this real quick. I think this is really going to pop. A little bit of gray in there. We'll do that. I've been watching, watching a bunch of shows and stuff. I've gotten on another like van life kick where I'm watching a lot of van life and camper van videos, a lot of conversion videos. That has the negative element of here's something I wasn't expecting. Uh, there's there's a bunch of people on YouTube, of course there are that do anything, but there's some people out there that are like, our thing is that we buy stuff on Amazon and take a look at them and review. Like, here's the most expensive blank from Amazon. Like, you know that. There's a lot of those people. There are people like Ashen out there that just look at garbage. They just look at, like, stuff from Wish and Amazon that's trash and knockoffs. And there are people that are like, I'm going to buy the most expensive blank and talk about it. And so there's a guy that does a lot of camping and outdoorsy stuff, and he buys things at Amazon to review, and it's fine. So I'm watching this like fucking just like, here's the most expensive axe I could buy, or multi-tool I could buy on Amazon. And it's just like, that's cool, that's cool. Hey, did you know can you guess? Chat, can you guess? This guy who is reviewing this axe and doing some stuff on a property. Please answer me in the chat if you'd like to. What is in the background of the video during this whole thing where he's talking about an axe? What is hanging out in the background of the shot that has nothing to do with anything and is just there because this person sucks? I will wait for one guess in chat. If one person wants to guess in chat what you think this person, who now I have let you know sucks ass, had in the background of their video where they're talking about a multi-tool for camping, like an all-in-one. Dirty, okay, so Bobby, hi Bobby, says Confederate flag. Dirty says thin blue line flag. It was not a flag. Leaning up against a tree. Some Norse shit, says Lashbrook. Leaning up against a tree was an assault rifle. This video about a multi-purpose tool, all-in-one tool that you can buy on Amazon, was just like, well, you know what I definitely should have in the background of this video is an assault rifle leaning up against a tree. For no reason. So one had to go into history there and click the old button so that this person does not get recommended to me for other shit, because we are fundamentally opposed on many things in that regard. Hey, you want to own it? You want to own a firearm for protection? Okay. I don't necessarily agree with your choice to have an assault rifle in any way, shape, or form, but I don't need that shit in the background. And that's when you learned a tool was making that video too. Ghost Valve coming in. Boom, boom, boom. Ghost Valve coming in, knocking it out of the park. First up at bat. First chat message of the night, and it's just like, boop, ooh. But yeah, fuck that. I was like, I don't need to watch this video anymore. I'm good. Like, hey, the lock-picking lawyer sometimes picks locks on guns, like gun locks and like gun-safe locks. That is educational. And believe me when I say that people that own firearms in their homes, I want them to have incredibly secure gun safes and gun locks. So the lockpicking lawyer is doing everyone a service when the lockpicking lawyer is like, here's some gun content. I'm okay with that. Totally all right with that, because it is doing a public service to people. But if you're like, hey, check out this like saw and hatchet and shovel and flashlight, also check out my gun. Like, no thanks, get out of here. Currently making a hacked Diablo 2 character like it's 1999. Okay. Definitely has a alarming number of guns, but given my family in Maryland, that tracks. Yeah, but as I said, the lockpicking lawyer is just like, when the lockpicking lawyer is like, hey, check out this safe I'm going to show you whatever. It's like, this is all, in my mind anyway, it all goes under the realm of this is uh, edutainment. And I'm like, sure, whatever you got to do. When people are like, I do stealth camping and I do city stealth camping and this is my firearm which I am legally allowed to have, and it's like, all right, fucking I get it, whatever. Okay. Sure. Fine. I don't go out of my way to like check out people's videos of that kind of stuff, but like it comes up, it comes up. It is definitely not the same as, but I've also had a thing where um I was used to watch a lot of van life videos, and I get back into it now and again, right? And a lot of those have exploded because people have been stuck at home and they've been thinking about like the particular type of camper life videos that have blown up popularity are how to convert your like passenger van into a like camper, like a weekend camper, or how to turn your like SUV into a weekend camper, like the things you can build that like can then just sit in your garage when you don't want to do it. Like people are really interested in that, and that's fine. Like I'm getting hit with those, and I'm like, that's cool. And then because I used to be into the van life videos, you know what got me out of the van life videos? Well, one, coronavirus, because some people were still making those videos. There's a guy who is he is pretending like every video that he makes where he tours other people's like vans and whatever. He just puts shot January 2020. He has been doing that since April of last year. So he's been doing it for a whole year. Hey, how much footage did you film in January 2020? You're not fooling anybody, my friend. You got all this stuff and you just keep making videos and you're like pretending like it's fine. Uh, like that, I was like, no thanks. The other thing that I don't like about van life video stuff and campers is like when people are like, all right, so we converted this school bus into our dream home for me and my partner and our two kids. And, we homeschool from the bus as we drive. And I was just like, nah. No, 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 no. I'm not saying the kids got to go to public school or private school. But I am saying it is my opinion. Maybe it's skewed. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's too much stuck up my own ass. But it is my opinion that kids should have a permanent address. Like that's kind of it. I just don't like the idea. Like if you're just like in the summers, we drive this blah blah blah, and then in the winter, the rest of the year we have a permanent address. Like don't have kids in a tiny house. Like if a small living space is what you can afford, is where you are in your life, like okay, you live the life, you make the choices you want. But like I saw a video a couple years ago of people that built their own houseboat and they had kids on that houseboat and they were like, yeah, sometimes we just pull up anchor and tie off and see where it takes us along the river. And I was like, that sounds bad. That sounds like a bad thing to do. What's happening right now? Not really against it. Um, that's my opinion on that. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misguided. Maybe, adventures living in your box truck that you can take wherever you want is the coolest thing in the world for kids. But like, I don't know. At some point, kids need a bedroom with a door they can close. Hey, maybe they can't lock it. Maybe that's not your house. But like, I don't know. At some point, kids need like the opportunity to get away from their parents that doesn't involve them leaving the house. Like people need room. They just need room to breathe. Figure their shit out. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but when I see stuff like that, it's always that's usually my sign to be like, I'm gonna click this off. We're gonna see what's up, and we'll see. There's got to be another van life video that I am gonna be more interested in than this. And there always is. That's the thing about these videos. There always are. You get the one that I've been kind of digging is there's a gentleman from Australia who is Japanese, but he grew up in Australia and he came back to Japan with his wife and his kids, and he has been renovating over the last 2 years a an abandoned house, like a property that was abandoned outside of a major city that his wife takes the train into, so they can have more space and backyard and all that. Because I get to learn about like a lot of shit I have no concept of because it's like restoring an old house and like making the outside like bathroom stuff attached and inside the house and all kinds of stuff and getting work done and what can you do yourself and I don't know, it's pretty neat. There's a whole video about like basically sometimes folks like older folks that pass away and they weren't paying their estate taxes, and so their kids are like, I'm going to just refuse this inheritance so that I don't have to pay taxes on it or I don't have to sell it, and then the bank has it, and then like maybe the bank will want to sell it. It's like I'm getting very general with it. They do expand on it more, but it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat to get that kind of sense of like what is being done and like what can this person do by themselves. Um, like that's been an interesting video series to kind of watch. And I've been like psyched to check that stuff out. I don't know. Obviously it's the internet. There's a lot of cool video shit going on out there, right? And we can all find some cool stuff, but I don't know. Like I said, watching a bunch of anime, but dropped a few things here and there. Um, yeah, I know a bunch of people were talking about 86, and maybe I should be watching the anime 86, but that seems real fucking sad in a way that I was like, I don't know. There are mech stuff in it, but there's like drone mechs, and I was like, I don't know. It's hard to be like, I have stopped watching, like, I haven't watched one show that has mechs in it, and another show that has uh, a big mech, but also has, like, kaiju. Uh, I'm definitely going to wait on SSSS Danzion, because I was starting to watch the second episode, and I was like, I'm not really feeling it. I think I'm gonna, eventually there'll be characters that I more identify with. I expect to have a few more characters that I'm like, ooh, I like these characters. We'll see what's up. I think it's just the young girl that is scantily clad, and then the suicidal girl that feels like she has nothing are just like so trigger archetype characters that I was like, it's just like just felt heavy. I just felt heavy like watching it, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't have to I don't have to watch the lightest stuff out there. In fact, I do on occasion watch things that aren't particularly light and cheery, but I definitely prefer some stuff that is a little more light. That's definitely where my preference lies over stuff that is like really dark. It's got to be good dark, right? Like, I'll watch these like Colin kind of melancholy slice of lives throughout. Um, we'll talk about one today that like, okay, yeah, I'm deeply into. That is definitely fucking sad. It's a sad show. Uh, like I'm not opposed to them. But if it just feels like the whole thing is just going to be so heavy and so like focused on grief, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like watching the second episode of Jorin, the Princess of Blood and Snow, I think that's the whole title. I was just like, okay, so how many characters that this girl knows are going to get turned into monsters that she has to defeat, because it's already been a bunch. And I feel like it's only going to get bigger. She's going to run into more and more characters that she has to murder, who then she feels bad about murdering them, so that she can get her revenge. And I was just like, I don't know. I feel like that's just going to be. We're just going to get characters introduced to then get murdered. I was like, I think I'm okay with that. Who knows? Maybe it's brilliant, and maybe I'm missing out. I'm going to have to come back to it. But we'll fucking see. I mean, I also had people who were like, the show I'm looking forward to most this season is finally out, and it's the like show about the girl that like teases and bullies her upperclassmen. And I was just like, no, there's no way I would watch that show. No part of that makes me interested at all. There's nothing about Don't Mess With Me, Miss Nagano that I'm like at all interested in. It's like, nah, fuck that. Get out of here. It's like, no, I'm good. All right, we'll get this done. It's big sword time, folks. Are you ready for big sword? I'm going to put some panel lines on this. I'm going to panel line this big sword. We are almost done with this kit, folks. We are getting so close to being done with this thing. It was a big build. This is a big old master grade. Thank you again, Lashbrook, for buying the USA Gundam store gift cards that led to this purchase. Because this has been a treat to build. But this is but yeah, I am looking forward to putting this one in the can, as they say. All right. And put a little bit on this white here. All right, and then how do I put this sword on? Sword goes backwards into this thing here. Yeah. Big old sword. Look at that big old sword hanging out there. Sticking out there. Giant sword just chilling. Well, what else? What else is going on the old internet? Let's see if we got any here. Yeah, second hour I'll talk about some anime, which we're getting close to the second hour. Um, but let's see. And yeah, at some point I'll start like living again and like having adventures and things to say, but it's definitely not happening right now. Harold's here. Hi, Harold. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for throwing those emotes in. Thanks for being here, my friend. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. It's just been a weird 2021, obviously. Um, in theater circles and some entertainment circles, there was a guy named Scott Rubin that made waves because people are finally talking about how he's a nightmare theater producer, and everyone that works for him at any point in their lives hated it. Um, and I was just thinking about how I never went in for an interview, but the entire year of the year 2019, the entire year 2019, where I was actively looking for work in in New York, constantly trying to find work in New York, constantly just applying to whatever I could. Um, uh, Scott Rudin Productions always was looking for entry level positions. Always looking for it. Like every day I was on LinkedIn, there was an ad, and it felt like it was like baked in. Uh, because there must have just been incredible turnover there. And I hadn't known because I don't have a lot of foots in the theater world that aren't like the comedy world as well. So I had no idea, and I'm so glad I didn't end up working there. I would have known really fast. Not like there's a lot going on around everybody else either. I hear you. I'm good. I had a pretty good stream this afternoon. Excellent, Harold. Glad to hear it. I want to say that the intro outro music for Way of the House Husband is great. Dirty. I'm glad because that's the nicest thing anyone has said that I've seen about Way of the House Husband. You are the first person that I know that has said anything nice about that. I thought the trailer looked awful. I don't have Netflix right now, so I cannot tell you my thoughts on the show. I can only tell you that, oh boy, I have heard nothing good about Way of the House Husband and its anime presentation. Uh, but yeah, yikes is all I've heard. But I'm glad you like the music, because yeah, I've just heard very bad things. It doesn't sound like it's not like what do you call it? I've already forgotten the name of that X-Arm. It's not X-Arm bad. Like, it's going to be hard to be an anime that's worse than X-Arm in the year 2021, but like I've heard people are very unhappy, and that's a shame because that's a fun manga. Yeah, I've been mostly been psyched about what I've been watching, but of course I've been watching everything. Uh, I wonder if Shaman King has been if the adaptation's good because I haven't seen any of it. Um, but I've heard the pacing they sped it up a little bit, so that would be good because there's a lot of that show where the beginning of that show is the main dude trying to get the ghost to hang out and help him out, and that ghost being like, no. Like that felt like it's like, oh, that was a one-time deal. I don't want to come with you. That felt like it took a very long time, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's my memory of the show. Um, I read all four volumes of that, and that manga is pretty good. Yeah, I was laughing pretty hard today at the first three episodes I watched. Once you get used to the art style, it is a good anime. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess that just has to be the thing, right? Like, if you can get over the art style, maybe you'll enjoy it. There are times where I've gotten over art style stuff, but I am definitely somebody that doesn't get over art style all that often. I am more likely to just be like, nope, no thanks, bounced right off this, can't get past it. Uh, but who knows? It's an interesting choice for it, but who knows? Maybe they'll have a drastic animation change. Or it does very well and people love it, and it doesn't matter if it's not good art. Whatever. I hope people like it. Like I said, I don't have Netflix right now. I'll get it at some point and catch up on stuff, but right now, right now for Crunchyroll, which I should say this, I haven't said it in a while. I do not pay for my Crunchyroll account. It is gifted to me as my premium Crunchyroll, with no strings attached on that as far as like coverage or having to hold my tongue on anything. And then I pay for my Funimation account, and so I don't have to give you grain salt on that, but yeah, it is. I've got a lot of shows. There are shows that Friday and Saturday just too many shows. Like I haven't watched anything. Like I can only watch so many episodes of an anime or different anime in one day. I watched two new shows today, and I watched uh, episodes of other shows I've already seen yesterday. No, I watched two shows today, and then gave up on some stuff, and then I'm moving my viewing of My Hero Academia to Sunday or Monday, so I'll talk about them on Monday, just because I watched so much stuff. Um, all right, well let's. These don't like to stay up. These don't like to stay connected too much. These like to sleep down, which is okay. I'm going to take a photo of this, and then I'll transform it and take a photo with the kit hooked up to it. But I want to get a photo of just this thing in all its glory. So I'll do that so you can see it while I take a photo like that. No, I gotta do it like this. Gotta get it well lit from a photo. All right. So now, what do I gotta do to get this to work to look great? Uh, okay. So this comes out, and then this swings down. Boom. Flies in, swings down. It's going to go live on the back of this kit. So that does that. Then the sword goes down, and both of these go down. This. And then these open up, which looks rad. And then this guy goes up eventually. Then our kit attaches to the back here. Oh, this goes back like that. Okay. Then you puts this back in. Can't really do it while it's connected to that. And then you can do that. And then we can put like this, like that there. And then you can take the guns that are on the sides. Oops. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. These side skirts are shit. These are shit. They do not like to stay on. They are annoying as fuck. They do not like to stay on. They're a weird connector that I can't figure out how to super glue right. And then you can have the gun stick through. And this is what it looks like. This is a beefy friend with all of its weapons, its missiles, its guns that like stick out through the middle of it. Its gun up there, the big sword in the back, which you can also take off. This is a big friend. This is just a big friend. And I'm going to take a photo of it, and then we are done with this kit. So let me get a photo of this monster kit here. The Gundam Strike Rouge Ootori is built. I have built this kit. Oops. It is complete. That is done. Then we could... Boom. Now it's flying. Whee! Came with a stand. This is a very old stand. This stand is like 20 years, 15 years old, I think. But does help, and I am going to keep one around because it's nice to keep stands now and again for nonsense like this. But we will take it off the stand for now. I'll take the backpack off for now. I mean, this kit like this, this is standing up right now on its own because the sword is there. If I took the sword off, this thing would just topple over. It would not enjoy that. So we're going to go and put this away gently, and I will take care of it later because that is nonsense. And we got some other stuff that we're going to be building, so we don't need any of that. We can put our god hands away for now because I've got Lego to build, and we don't need those tools. This too. Don't need any of those tools because we've got Lego. So we'll go to this. Yeah, the Mandalorian and Childs. Plenty of Lego to deal with. I took it all out. We'll sort everything. We've got a booklet for doing the Mandalorian and for doing the Child. And so we'll tackle those. I don't know. We're going to start with the we're going to start with the Child because that's book 1. So we'll start with the Child. And we'll get... First thing we got to do is we got to sort all of our pieces. Got to organize all this. And we got to null everything. And we're going to do that once we're back from our quote unquote commercial break. Where I'm going to do my ad reads, and then I'm going to start building this. So I'm going to say, gonna take a, gonna start in Lego. That's what I'm going to retweet that or tweet that when we get to there. But first, hi. I'm going to get through these really quick. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel if you'd like, and then we'll get back into building very soon. But I do want to just say hello and remind you that a week from yesterday, this coming Friday the 16th, I'm taking part in the Plastic Model Weekender, Plasma Weekender, twitch.tv/Plasma Weekender. We are raising money for the Cure Alzheimer's Fund. If you donate $20 anytime during the weekend, you will be entered to win, and there are prizes for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you are entered to win a giveaway of all kinds of cool stuff. And my incentive during my stream to get you to donate is every time we hit $50 in cumulative donations during my stream. So I'll take note of how much money is been donated when I start, and then add in for $50 increments. I will open a pack of random trading cards. I have got from movies and television and sports and anime. Don't think I didn't include some anime in there. And I'll be opening those as I start to build. And then to just also say what I'm going to be building. Did I put that photo in here? I didn't include it. I should have. I'll do this real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I should have done that. I thought I was going to do that, and I didn't do it. It is the Woodham. I'm building this thing. There's the Woodham right there. I'm going to put that right there. I should have included that, and I forgot to. There's the Woodham pod. The Woodham pod is a weird, great little kit, and I'm going to try to build that in 3 hours of my stream. So come check that out. That's from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, which is 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern time, my time. So it's my normal build time plus an hour, but on Friday the 16th. No stream on Thursday. I'm doing this on Friday instead. That looks really cool. I think it looks rad. It's a great looking kit. A lot of the art on the box is this kit like kicking things, and I just think that's a great look for a master grade, for a high grade, for a mobile suit to just be like a kicking friend. So I'm going to build a Woodham pod on Friday, and that should be fun. And donating, raising money for charity, and it's going to be cool. Now, if you're currently, reminds me a lot of the mech from Overwatch. A little bit, yeah, I could see that, like Divas Mech a little bit. If you're currently a subscriber, let's throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. Let the people know that you are a subscriber. If you're tier 2 or tier 3, you do have the Scythe emote, and you're welcome to jump in with that. But yeah, throw some emotes in there. Let the people know that you are a subscriber. I appreciate everyone subscribes using Cash Money, your Twitch Prime gaming token. If you've been gifted a sub, gifting subs is a great way to support what I do. Thank you to everybody that does that. If you have been gifted a sub, you can renew it. You can, and they won't charge you until your free month is over, and then it will just start charging you money. So that's an option. And if you're a Prime gaming, using your Prime token, please make sure to redo that. You have to manually redo that. You'll know because you don't have emotes anymore suddenly, or you saw an ad before the stream started, that kind of thing. So thank you very much to everybody that subscribes. Thank you for gifted bits and coins, also appreciated. Harold is at the top of the leaderboard for bits and coins with 20. So we could see another person on there getting there soon. Also, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. You could join one of those tiers if you wanted. You don't have to, but you could. That's another way to support what I do. YouTube.com/PatBear. That's free to subscribe, but you could also, if you wanted to, you could join over on YouTube. I have a YouTube, and you could join it. That would be great. Do that. You get a video early every week there, so that is a thing. Direct donations, because everything I make through YouTube, through Patreon, through Twitch, all goes to me buying kits and equipment. So I also have some donation tabs in there from Coffee and Streamlabs and PayPal. Streamlabs and Coffee shows up as in the overlay. That does not work for PayPal. PayPal is just direct. But if you wanted to jump in that way to help me out because, yeah, I keep buying kits, and your joining in on other things helps me continue to do that, and I appreciate it very, very much. I'm so close to getting a payout from Twitch, or sorry, not Twitch. Twitch I get every month, thankfully. I'm so close to my YouTube payout. I'm like $4 away from getting a YouTube payout. I'm so close. Oh, it's so frustrating. Sooner or later. Now, the kit we just finished up, I got that because Lashbrook bought gift cards to the USA Gundam store and then sent me those codes. You get in your email, you get a code, then you send me a DM on Twitter with it. I use that code to buy stuff. You can make suggestions of things you'd like to see me build. That's USA Gundam store. Also, I have an Amazon wish list. And if you buy something on my wish list or USA Gundam store route gift cards, I will make a video about the thing that I have purchased because of that, or that you purchased for me. I'll make a separate video about it in my mailbag, and then I'll build it in front of everything else. So I have the Penelope, I have the Strike Noir, I have, let's see, 2 other high grades that are just waiting for me to build. What are they? I can't remember what they are. Oh, the Astray Re-Rise and the Moon. I have the high grade of the Moon Gundam. I'm going to be building those. But if you buy something from my Amazon wish list, then I won't build those yet because I'm going to build the thing you bought. I got Lego sets, nano blocks, entry grades, real grades, non-graded stuff. Like there's another Harapla kit. I got a Zoid Raptor thing in there. I got, yes, Lego high grade, all kinds of different stuff in there that I would be happy to build. Something from Victory Gundam, something from Gundam G in Rigosta, a bunch of different things. Some master grades that are very expensive, and some pieces of equipment that would be nice to have. And if you buy something there, like I said, I'll make a video, and I will thank you in that video, and then I will jump the queue. Let's see. Oh, I have a Discord if you want to support what I do for free. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, thank you for watching this archive, you can find all this in the show description. And if you're watching this on a VOD here, hi VOD, you can find all this in the chat, the recorded chat. So yeah, I have a Discord that's free. You can jump into that. Video stuff. I'll have a new Pat Bear's Anime Club up on Monday, but my current episode is still my winter wrap-up / spring preview. Am I watching all the shows that I mentioned in the spring part of that video? No. There's still one that hasn't even come out yet. Next Saturday, we finally get Welcome to Demon School Irma-kun, which is, I think, going to be like 25 episodes or something? 23, something like that? There's a bunch of episodes of that. But that hasn't even started yet. And then, let's see. The other video you should watch is Baer With Me. In this video, someone just sent me, and the title is just cute. And I was like, I'll watch a cute video. Hey, guess what? That video is real cute, and I like it very much. So watch me watch a cute video. You should definitely do that. All right, we're going to talk about some anime. I'm replying to my tweet that we're starting with the Lego, which is true. And I'm going to talk about anime that came out in the past couple days after I drink a little bit of water. These are the new Friday and Saturday shows I'm watching. As I said, we had some new shows today that I watched, and continuing to watch some shows the previous days. Watching some shows on, Friday. Watching some stuff. So, I'm going to drink a little water, then let's get into some Lego. And we are knolling. We are starting with the process of knolling. We are just going to be moving pieces off to the side here by color, and then I will start kind of condensing them there. So the first thing I watched was, last week, they took a week off of this double season of Soma Spider, So What? Now we're back with episode 13, and again, we are jumping back and forth in time. But I won't jump back and forth. I'm going to tell all the spider stuff, and then I'm going to say the other stuff, because the other stuff is boring, and I want to get through it quickly. So, Spider is now, has left the dungeon, and the opening animation. So, we know that in the future, Spider is a big deal, and Spider is incredibly strong. Now, there's been some dialogue in it that makes it seem like maybe our spider becomes the new demon lord, because she talks about like fighting a dragon, and there's a couple other things that seem to indicate that uh, our character is. Uh, but I think that is a ruse. I think that they're trying to play with the idea that maybe our spider becomes the new demon lord, because she or the personality. Oh yeah, there's also she has the same kind of magic that our friend does. But I think it's that character that was dressed all in white that killed Shun's older brother. I think that character is our spider. So there's talk a little bit about like a humanoid torso form, because our spider is now in the real world, and people are like, there are a bunch of soldiers that are just freaked the fuck out that the spider showed up. Uh, and it's not just our spider. A bunch of other spiders show up because the queen spider, who our character calls Mother, is like, hey, come back, and tries to use kin control. But our spider can resist it. And so they send a bunch of spiders to go fight. And it's pretty cool because, like, one of the spiders is almost as strong as the dragon that our friend beat. So it's like that's pretty impressive that she was able to stand toe to toe with some strong spiders and then some not so strong spiders. Um, because she now has teleport magic, and she uses teleport magic to great effect to mess up the things, and then of course eat those spiders that she defeated. And so I do like that she comments about like how she's still eating the same stuff that she was eating in the dungeon. Um, let's see what else I want to say. Oh yeah, she is using the mental connection that she has with this the mother spider to send some of her personalities to fight the mother spider. Uh, and I don't know how that's gonna fucking work. That doesn't sound like it's gonna work great. I don't know. Um, and I feel like there are probably side effects to doing that, to using her to fight, like her to try to devour her mind, basically with this other brain. I feel like that's going to go bad for our spider, but I don't know. And then on the human side of things, that's 15 years in the future. Um, the elves and some humans have a meeting about the demon war that's happening. There's some talk about like don't listen to the church, which we already knew because we met one girl who was obsessed with the church, and she's clearly been brainwashed. So we already knew that as an audience. Also, um, I figured this out like a previous episode. I don't think I said anything, but it felt like one of Shun's brothers definitely is evil, or is at least is very jealous of his older brother for being the hero, and now his younger brother Shun for being the new hero. And then in the end, we realize yes, he is colluding with uh, whoever is working with Hugo, the guy that got kicked out of the school, who has done something to Shun's sister and the other isekai kid that was like hanging out with her. So definitely, and there was a little hint of like racism among like half-breed elves that I was like, oh, don't, oh, come on, anime, don't try to talk about this. This is definitely not gonna work out for you. Let's not get into this whole thing about elves not liking non-pure blooded elves. Uh, like, let's get out of here. We don't need that. But anyway, I still don't care about the humans. I know that the light novel, they did. I don't know if they did it like this, but the manga apparently was just like, let's get rid of all of this. Let's just focus on the spider, and then we'll do flashbacks to some of the other stories to kind of get the audience caught up. And I guess the anime decided it was going to do this, that maybe they thought just spending all our time with the spider wasn't going to work, and so they go back and forth and try to be tricky of like making it seem like everything's happening at the same time when all the spider stuff is happening 15 years before all the human stuff that we're seeing. I don't know. And they like said 15 years in the future, they said that the girl that is now the spider is dead, which is like, well, why did they say that? Because she's definitely not, even in the future, but it was to make it seem like in the past our character might die. But also, I look, some shows will kill a main character or depower a main character. That has certainly happened in the past. I'm not saying that that won't happen in any show. But I feel like this show, they are not going to kill off the spider in So I'm a Spider, So What. I feel like the spider is going to be okay. If I had to put money on it, I would put money on the spider turning out all right and her just being misinformed. Uh, is my guess. Like she wasn't able to mentally reach the spider, so she thinks the spider's dead or she's hiding it. I don't know. Anyway, that's that show. Let's talk about episode 2 of Those Snow White Notes, aka right now one of my two favorite shows this season. Right now my favorite shows this season are Those Snow White Notes and Super Cub. Super Cub is incredible. The first episode was unbelievably great. This show is also rad as hell, and I'm a big fan of it already. To get you caught up to speed on this show, this is a show about the shamisen, which is a old, very, very old Japanese guitar. It's not a banjo, it's not a guitar, it's a musical instrument. It's beautiful sounds come out of it. And the goddamn music of the show rules. So Setsu is our main character. He's a young man who was being raised with his older brother by his grandfather. His grandfather passes away, and all his life, Setsu has been chasing the sounds his grandfather made, the music his grandfather made. He never wanted to compete in competitions. He's never cared about that. He's never cared about what other people thought of his music. He's only really cared about like impressing his grandfather or trying to get to that level. So his grandfather dies. He feels like he has no reason to play music. He's out. He leaves home to just kind of go wandering. He ends up in Tokyo. The first episode is him meeting some people and trying to start a new life. He ends up playing the shamisen out of obligation at a concert, and his mother finds that, sees that live stream, and picks him up. She's apparently an entrepreneur. I hate her. I know I'm supposed to hate her, but I hate Setsu's mom because she didn't have anything to do with his raising, and clearly isn't there for that part of it. She is a singer, and she challenges him to play music while she sings, and she's apparently great. And he's like, I don't like my mother, but I love her singing. There's definitely a lot of bad blood between them. We get a flashback to there's a girl who wants Setsu to she's from the rival music thing, like her or his, I don't know. She wants him to be her rival so that she can get better by trying to defeat him, and he has no interest in doing that. He's never wanted to compete, so she could have been his great rival, and I think she just hates that. Anyway, the brother shows up. They communicate. They have a strained relationship. But now he has to go to high school. So he goes to high school, and a classmate is a girl that wants to restart the shamisen club. And I think you know where this is going. It's eventually she's going to get him to kind of lead the club and get more members. Even though he definitely isn't going to want to do that because he's that's not his thing. And will there be a competition where he has to face down the girl that wanted to be his rival? Probably. Maybe there won't be a competition. I would love it if this show didn't have competition, because I don't think it's necessary to shove a competition into a show that is about the love of music, but maybe they feel that way and they're going to do it. I don't know. Can't tell you. I can tell you this music is goddamn gorgeous. The two brothers play at a shrine, and that's how they communicate, is by playing with each other. And I think it was that's clearly how this family communicates. And I think that was lovely. And I am fucking psyched as hell about this show. It comes with my highest possible recommendation. Hello, Words Maybe. We're talking about some anime stuff. I'm talking about Those Snow White Notes. Those Snow White Notes comes with my highest possible recommendation. It is one of the two best shows this season, in my opinion, of what I've seen so far. Again, the other show being Super Cub, which I will talk about next week. Super Cub is fucking incredible and sad. Super Cup is incredibly melancholy, and there. So I do warn you of that. But totally worth checking out. And then this second episode of those Snow White Notes had just beautiful music. There's also a diner across the street from where he's staying, and there's a young girl there that will definitely be an important character because they put a lot of attention into her. So I feel like she'll be important. But yeah, those Snow White Notes, fucking watch it. It's great. All right, on to the new shows that came out. Sorry. Today we got two new shows that I've been watching. I'm taking a break on to see if I want to come back to it. SSS Dynazeon, because I did like Gridman, but it took me a while to get into Gridman, so I might not like. I just wasn't feeling it. Shadow's House, I stopped watching a couple minutes in. Maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know. I haven't watched any of 86 because it just seems like something I'm not interested in. But maybe I will change my tune on that and check that out. But right now, not thinking about it, not interested. So what I have been watching, as I said, is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. This is a cute show. I've read a lot of this manga. This is a slice of life isekai. This is a bit akin to the kid who was training slimes, except in this case, killing slimes. So let me tell you the premise of this show. The premise of the show is we've got Asisa. Asisa is a girl. She is a 27-year-old career workaholic. She just worked herself to the bone. She dies. She has lots of regrets that she worked so hard for nothing. She worked herself to death at 27. She has regrets about that. She meets a goddess who is like, "Hey, I got a soft spot for girls that have it rough. I'm going to give you a second chance. You're going to go to a magic land, magic world, and start over. What do you want?" She goes, "I want to live an easy life. I want to be immortal, and I want to be ageless, and just have a relaxing life." She goes, "You got it. I'll also make you look 17 and cute, because that's fun for me." And she's like, "Really? That's it? Okay." And so off she goes. And now she is the witch on the hill, or the Highland Witch. She kills slimes for money, and so that, she can get spending money and turn them into guilds, and after she kills them, so she can get necessities. But she's going to be immortal and ageless. Fast forward 300 years of her just kind of like chilling out and taking things very easy. She helps people out in the village. What's the name of the village? Flata. She helps out people in the village, and she's, she knows the history of the village better than they do. So people always respect it. They treat her like kind of like a guardian angel or deity. And she kind of comes into town, now and again. And then 300 years later, of killing slimes, like several slimes every day, they get a look and they say, "Oh, you're level 99. You're the strongest human in the world." And she's like, "Please don't tell anybody that. It would be bad if you told people that, because then they would want to fight me." And that is exactly what happens. Several people show up the next day to her house on the hill, and they're like, "Hey, would you mind fighting me? I want to test to see how strong I am." And she's like, "I am way stronger than you. Don't." And they're like, "No, I want to test my I want to see, how far I've come and where I need to go." And she's like, "Fine." And like easily defeats a ton, like 4 people at once without a problem. And she's like, "Oh, this sucks. I wish people didn't know that I was strong. Now my easygoing life is going to be interrupted." And it is, because then Lakia shows up. Lakia is a big red dragon, and she's like, "Hey, fight me. I'm the strongest dragon in my region. I want to fight you." She's like, "I don't want that." Fine. Fine, we'll fight. Fine, we'll fight. We're done knolling. Now we can start building. So we're going to start building our. We're starting with the child, and we're going to start with, I guess, the enclosure for the child. So we'll start with that. I'll knoll all of this, like, and separate them and all that later, but we'll get into building. So obviously our hero wins, but in the process, uh, Lakia destroys the house, and so she's got to rebuild it. And she shows up the next day and is like, "Hey, so sorry about what happened." And she has a human form. Apparently, dragons can have a form that looks like a human, and she just happens to look like kind of like a maid. Her outfit is kind of maidish, and she is a girl that is also a dragon and is also a cute-looking girl. Um, and she's about 300 years old. Uh, and she's like, "Hey, let me call you master. I'll help you out. I'll help rebuild your house. I want to train to be strong like you." And so now our character, who has been alone for 300 years, nice to people now and again, but basically alone, now has a pupil and a roommate. Uh, and this is where you say, "Pat, how gay is this show?" You're thinking, you're wondering, you want me to let you know. And to which I say, so, this show is not. There's a lot of subtext in it, and there's also text. There's both subtext and text. This show is a show that. How gay is this show? Slowbird asked. Thank you, Slowbird, for asking that in chat. So, there will be numerous women that have definitely fallen in love with our main character. There are also characters that consider her to be their mother. And there's also at least one character that considers her to be her big sister. And then there's also another girl that considers that wants Asuna to be her big sister in quotation marks. And I don't know if we're going to see that character this season, but there is a character that is used to getting her way and really wants Azusa to be the stern big sister type and put her in her place. And that's just fucking text. When we get to that character, that's just text. But, like, yeah, the dragon's in love with her. And there's an elf. There's a boozy elf. And she's also probably in love with her. And then there's characters that love her and whatever. But she's going to build her all-girl family. Also, there's another dragon at one point. Because of course there is. And there's a demon, because of course there is. Oh, she's fun. I wonder what she's going to look like in the or what the art style choice is going to be for her. But this show is sweet and cute, and it's only occasionally inappropriately horny in a way that I don't enjoy, and that's the boozy elf character. The boozy elf character is a boozy elf, and that's not an archetype that I enjoy, but whatever. She's not really in the show that much, so that's fine. But yeah, I like it. Will you like it? I don't fucking know. If you like isekai that are a little bit more on the slice of life side, a little bit more on the chill, cool side, then I think you will like this. So I would say give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna do. There's a long there. So I will say give this a chance. I think it's the good queer show of the season. There's probably another, because I haven't watched all of them, because there's the Beautiful Men the Pretty Boy Detective Agency thing, and that could be very queer. I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet. That didn't look good, but I know one person. There's one person I know I follow on Twitter that was fucking psyched. So I don't know. All right, and then this color. The problem here is there are some colors here that are a little similar, and I might end up doing the wrong piece, and I hope I don't, but whatever. Hopefully it'll be pieces that are covered up by stuff, and I won't notice that I'm fucking up. All right, we need two of these here. Um, all right, and the last show I want to talk to you about is Tokyo Revengers. Now, here's the thing. There are two reasons why I was going to check this show out. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it past the first episode, past like maybe the second episode. But there were two reasons I knew I would watch the first episode of the show. Reason one is because it's fucking called Tokyo Revengers, and that's just a fucking great name for an anime. I don't care who you are. Tokyo Revengers. Like, hell yeah, I'm going to see what's up with that. I'm going to watch that. The other reason why I was going to give it a shot was because it involves time travel. And I don't watch enough time travel shit, and I like time travel as like a larger concept for storytelling. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give this time travel show a shot. Um, so we meet our main dude, whose name I can't remember. His life sucks. His life absolutely sucks. It has been shitty for a long time. He just has dead end jobs. He has no agency in his life. He has no confidence in himself. He's just going about life as a loser. Uh, he peaked in middle school, and everything went wrong there. And in fact, in the modern day, in his life now, in the far off land of 2017, he suddenly, depressingly finds out that his middle school girlfriend, the only girlfriend that he ever had, the girl that he dated in middle school, now in 2017, she's passed away. And also her brother died, who he didn't know that well. But the younger brother died. They were killed in gang violence that happened. Gang violence broke out. There's been big gang problems, and I guess it broke out, and then also they got swept up in it as bystanders. And he's depressed about that. And then he's pushed in front of a train. And he thinks that because he remembered her, he thinks, "Oh, I'm having a flashback. This is like my life flashing before my eyes." That's not the case. He fucking travels back in time to when he was a middle schooler. And there's two things that are really interesting about that. The first interesting thing about this time travel is uh, it's unusual for anime, but incredibly interesting uh, for the show. He doesn't remember everything. Like when you see a story of someone like, I'm reliving my high school years and I'm going to do it right this time, they always remember every detail. He doesn't remember everything because it's been 12 years since this happened. So like he didn't remember that he looked so, like he looks in the mirror and he goes, "Who's this dumb looking punk?" He thought at the time he thought he looked badass with his bleached hair. He thought he looked cool, and now he's like, "Oh, I definitely don't look cool. I look lame as hell." Uh, um, oh no. And then he doesn't remember all of the details of things that happen. He's going about his day, and it's only when he's confronted by an actual tough group, because he's in a gang, but they're like middle schoolers. It's just like for fun. It's only when he's confronted by an actual gang does he remember, "Oh, I've traveled back in time to the day that I got beat up and my life took a down her like took uh like a downer slope where they became underlings of this gang and they never recovered from it. He ran away as soon as middle school was over and just got a job. This is the point where this is the day where his life went bad and he's like remembering it. Like he's reliving it. And he runs into his ex-girlfriend or his then girlfriend and kind of talks to her and he's remembering more about her. And then he meets her brother and he says, "Hey, you won't believe me." He like helps him out and he's like, "You won't believe me when I tell you this, but in the future, in the year 2017, you and your sister die and you have to protect your sister in the future. You die and this is when this happens." And you're like, "Okay, so that's what this show is going to be, right?" This is Tokyo Revengers is about him, like he's gonna like protect this girl, and he's gonna relive his high school years, and he's gonna like change his future for the better, like his own personal future, which he was always bummed about, but also her future. Like he's gonna protect her in the future, right? That's the show, right? It's just him reliving high school. Except at the end of the episode, he wakes up. He didn't die. He didn't get hit by the train and die. He gets saved by Naoto, his girlfriend's younger brother, who was like, I listened and believed you when you told me that. I worked hard. I became a cop. I made sure I could be there to save you. And then, but also, I couldn't protect my sister. Will you help me? And I don't know what episode 2 is, folks. Do they try to recreate the train accident to send him back? Is there another way for him to travel back in time to save his sister? Is it in the modern times, and is she actually killed this time, or did her life, because he went back in time and changed her brother's trajectory, did that change who she is? I don't know what's happening now. That's pretty interesting, right, Silbert? The fact that like he traveled back into time, which means he's going to travel. Does he travel more through time? Like I have no fucking idea where this is going, and I'm really interested in it. Uh, Also, like just like these young punks are fun and nonsense, and him just like, yeah, remembering. Like I don't know where this goes. Also, there's some cool looking characters. There's also the possibility that maybe like he's fucking with the like he definitely fucked with the past. I also wonder, did Naoto of the future from a different timeline push him in front of the train, or did he push himself in front of the train? Who put? Because we don't see it. We hear a ha, 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 and then a push, and we don't see who did it. Did someone do this to like continue the time loop or start a time loop? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But I thought this show was the quote unquote simple premise of a guy goes back in time to fix things that went wrong, and instead it's a guy went back in time, tried to fix things, didn't, but now gets to again. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what's going on, uh, but I'm excited about it. Uh, it is a cool premise. I will definitely give this a second episode. Will I watch more beyond that? I don't know. This is a case by case, episode by episode right now. Next week I gotta add in Welcome to Demon School, Irma-kun to my list of shows to watch. So like, it's growing. But then there are other stuff that I'm probably gonna drop as we go because I don't know. Also, I said Let's Make a Mug 2 is a Friday show on television in Japan, but it is streaming on Mondays. So I will talk about that on the next episode on Monday, which would be great because that show fucking kicks ass. So, um, Let's Make a Mug 2 is another like just like chill uh, slice of life. Girls being into a thing. In this case, it's pottery, although there is some sadness as well. Not as much sadness, I think, as Super Cub, which was just fucking incredible. Goddamn, Super Cub was good. Holy shit, that was great. Can't wait for the next episode of that. That is definitely my favorite show this season so far. Um, and those Snow White notes I've enjoyed very much. We'll see. Uh, Next build stream is on Monday. As I said, I am going to put a poll out probably tomorrow for my $10 patrons because I think I'll finish this because this isn't a lot of stuff. This is did they say how many pieces this kit is? This is 295 pieces, so I should finish this by the end of Monday's stream. So I will need to start something new. I will pause whatever I'm working on Monday and pick it up after my charity stream on Friday. I should also see. I can tell you what's in the lead. I want to give it some time, but I can maybe tell you what's in the lead for what I'm going to play on Wednesday. Because This is the week where my $3, $5, $10 patrons get to vote. Right now, we have 2 votes for Pokemon Emerald randomizer and 1 vote for Jackbox Party Pack 7, and no votes for Dorf Romantique, like just going back to Dorf Romantique again, like immediately, because I do want to spend more time with that game, where I promise I will watch some YouTube videos beforehand and get a better idea of how to play the game. Um, uh, so yeah, so that is all those. How is Hearthstone treating you? Says asked a Wrist fan. So I found uh, I'm kind of playing less of the decks I was immediately playing. I still have a dual paladin, and it's fun because I'm playing a fun paladin deck, and sometimes people just don't want to fight me because they think I'm playing a mean paladin deck, which I'm not. I'm playing a silly paladin deck, so that's kind of fun. And sometimes people are just like, "Oh, I don't want to play paladin right now." That's been okay. Uh, I found a standard deck to Aristophan. I haven't shared it on Twitter yet because I'm still kind of like tweaking it. Uh, but it is a beast hunter deck where you only play 3 beasts. There is a new legendary that I got out of a pack that is an 8 cost hunter card that summons 3 beasts from your hand. So you play that on turn 8, and then you get some semblance of beasts that then go face, because one of those beasts is going to be King Crush, which charges, and the other one is going to be the Rhino that when you attack a minion, it does whatever damage is left over to the hero. Um, but you're playing a bunch of cards that are meant to. You're playing a ton of cards that are trying to buff the beasts in your hand or buff the beasts in your deck. Or there's a 2-drop that gives you a copy of a beast from your deck and like gives and adds like 2+2+1 or something like that. There's a bunch of things that exist. Basically, you're just buffing beasts, and then on turn 8 you play that and you just slam everything in the face. I've been playing around with Hunter as well. Some cool cards out. Yeah. Also, that the weapon. I don't have the new legendary weapon because I don't have enough dust for it. There's a new legendary weapon for Hunter that is a 4 cost 2/2, and every time you use it, you discover and then play a secret. I believe Hunter secrets. I believe, but even if it's just random standard secrets. That seems very cool. Buffing Beasts or Buff Beasts is a great name for something. Yes. Um, it's a very fun deck. And also, it's a standard deck that I'm enjoying playing, and that's nice because I didn't think I was going to have any standard decks to enjoy this season. So I'm happy to have that. Um, but yeah, it's got a bunch of just good Hunter cards to play. And also, you have that. I have the weapon where if you attack a minion, everything on your board attacks it. So I have the Watchtowers, both Watchtowers in that deck, because you need minions that aren't Ringling's Rifle, you think? Yeah, it's Hunter Secrets. It's a very cool card. Yeah. I don't have that yet because I don't have the dust for it because I had to get some other cards for this deck that I hadn't unlocked yet, some rares. So I spent my money on that. Or my dust on that, which I do not regret because it is cool. Yeah, that has been a cool deck to play so far. So I am, but yeah, I'm going to trade out because I have just a weapon, and there's a couple cards in there that like the card that gives a rush minion, and then it's bigger. It's a bigger rush beast. If you have a certain amount of mana, that's a fun card. There's some good cards in that I'm psyched about so far. Thank you for asking. But yeah, that has been a fun thing. But I'm still playing my wild dual deck in Paladin dual deck because I just enjoy it. And then that nonsense Hunter deck I've kind of played a little less of. The nonsense Druid deck I played a little bit less of. I still like it, but people started doing Miracle to it. And also, there's just too many cards that there's just too many decks that um, suddenly having all their cards cost 1 mana, even if they don't have much mana, is not the benefit that would be great. Putting a bunch of giants on there doesn't work. Or they're so aggressive that you can't do it fast enough and you just lose beforehand. So, I'm not really feeling it. I just keep losing to goddamn. I mean, if Mage is going to play, I don't mind losing to Hero Power Mage, like buffing their Hero Power Mage. I think that's fine. But I'm still losing to Secret Mage because they discover a third counter spell. And it's just like, well, I can't fucking beat that. Get out of here. I'm not high enough rank-wise in Standard to be losing to Deca Lunacy because people don't play Deca Lunacy in Wild, but it's so good right now in Standard that it's got to get nerfed. Deca Lunacy is just so good. It's unbelievably great in Standard. It's just like, they reworked a lot of the cards, it took out a lot of cards, and now it's just incredibly strong. We need that, and we need more bad 5-drops. We need more bad 5-drops in Standard, because right now the 5-drop pool in Standard is incredibly good. There's like one bad one. Gotta work on it. We are working on the child right now. That's what we're working on. Is we're putting together a robe here. We're gonna build we built a house, and then we're gonna put a baby in it. It sounds like Mage are getting nerfed next week. Yeah, I'm expecting the nerfs to come in, and I think that Mage will definitely get nerfed, and hopefully Mage and we'll see what happens with Paladin. Or I think naturally Paladin is just getting beat, which would be great because people are playing aggro shaman right now. Like spell shaman is finally a thing. Spell and weapon shaman. Like it's not my deck. I don't enjoy that deck, but like I appreciate that people are getting wins with it. That's cool. It's like not what I want, but like I'm glad for them. Like my version of shaman that I like is Evolve Shaman. So we didn't get anything to make Evolve Shaman better. When we won't for a long time. It'll be like 2 more expansions, and then Evolve Shaman will be back in some way. There'll be like 2 new Evolve cards. Although they did make that 4-drop better, which is cool. But that's also more for like Shutterwalk Shaman. Having Chain Gang be better. It's better for them than it is for me. Alright, we're going to stop there. Yeah, we're going to stop here for tonight. We got some work done on this. I'm going to take a photo of it. We'll just take a photo of this part. But yeah, Monday I will be continuing to put this together. I recommend you come check me out Monday night to see the progress I make on this stream. We will finish the child. We will start building the Mandalorian. And it'll be a good time for model kit building or Lego building. And then I'm going to start something new. I've got a master grade, a giant high grade, 2 smaller high grades. My $10 patrons will vote on that. I'll put the poll up tomorrow to see what I build because I think we'll finish this up tomorrow and then or Monday and I'll start something new. I am going to go to check out another stream. We are going to go raid, so I'm going to see who is doing what out there. Xandra is streaming, so we're going to go raid Xandra. We love Xandra over here. Xandra rules. So we're going to, and Xandra's playing Mega Man, so we are going to go raid Xandra. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a great night. Feel free to come along on this raid. No. I know there's not a lot of you here, but y'all rule, so please come along. As we go raid Xandra. Xandra made all my emotes. I have not asked Xandra to make my next emote, but I will be asking Xandra to make my next emote soon, because I am going to do a tier 3 emote, because it's time, because now I have 2 tier 1s, I have 1 tier 2, I gotta do it with tier 3. So it's coming up. But we're gonna do that. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Come check me out on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.